Hey guys, Master Thinking here, bringing over Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today jumping back into the versus Fusion Zamasu red zone, so we can do the superheroes mission. I did use up all of my attempts yesterday. I included them all in the video, so you guys have probably seen it, but I did the time travelers video yesterday when the stage dropped, and of course had to wait until today after the reset to do the superheroes one. So this is what I'm going to do. Now technically you can do both the missions at once, because if you just run a bunch of the time traveler characters who are obviously from the Goku Black arc, they're all on superheroes as well. So I didn't want to bring too many of the same units that we ran last time. We have got the blue boys and we have got Trunks, but obviously they are very powerful units on this category. We have to be very careful about like the AoEs, which is why I haven't brought Gamma 2. Gamma 1 is just kind of going to be here as a floating support unit. Same with MVP 17. If we drop down, especially because of the AoEs, right, like him getting his extra damage reduction is not going to be too difficult. It'd be awkward if he's on turn 1, but let's just jump in straight away and see how we get on here. So of course he's on turn 1. Now, I mean, at least he has type advantage in the first phase, though, right? So, okay, so we'll do. Do I want to just put them in slot 1? I mean, they don't get any extra links from 17, so I probably should, right? Because the AoE is going to hit. Well, I mean, no one actually needs key, but I was going to say the AoE is going to hit Piccolo so that he gets the 2 extra key anyway. But that does mean that both him and the Goku and Vegeta are going to be getting 24 key supers on this turn, so it's pretty good. 17 takes 94k. Okay, that's the good old this Fusion Zamasu that does like was it 700k? Zero damage. Let's go. It's great how he has the similar effect to like burst mode, where damage below a certain number is 0, but it's like 1.5 million. So if you're doing less than 1.5 million damage, you do 0 damage, which is kind of crazy, because like even sometimes like normal attack crits and stuff doing 1 million damage is still quite useful, but against this guy they literally don't do anything. It's kind of funny. It's just hilarious seeing like additional normal attacks. It's like 0. How much is this going to do to Piccolo? 53k. Look at that. Piccolo, my goat. Not even built up. What an absolute beast he is. So yeah, that's the probably the best way for the superhero team. We could have run double Gohan, obviously. Or, you know, we could have run like the blue boys, like we said, and run a sort of Goku Black arc team for the superhero sort of setup, but I think this is a very good way to go about this mission. Gamma 1 is obviously just here for support, and he can be pretty decent defensively. I think we might struggle for key with him here, unless well, Piccolo gets hit and gives everyone key, so I think we should be alright. Because I want to make sure you're going to get the 18 key because of Piccolo getting hit, and then let's do those for you, so you can get the 2 key, and that'll be enough. $7.9, so 8 million straight away for Piccolo. I mean, it's one of the great things about Piccolo on some of these teams, right? You just drop him in the team, he can be decent in slot 1 defensively, and he doesn't, even with like barely any links active, he's just, you know, he's not dropping his biggest attack stats, obviously, but, you know, on this rotation, he's got, what, Fierce Battle and Legendary Power with Trunks, and that's still able to do a decent enough amount. We are getting very low on HP here now, though. Double digits, though, let's go. I'm a bit scared for Gamma 1 at the end, I'm not going to lie. Because Zamasu does hit incredibly hard with his normal attacks. Maybe Gamma 1 could get a double super here, that would be good. Get some of that extra defense. Okay, 31k, and then it drops as he's getting hit. Yeah, it drops to double digits. That's not too bad. Alright, so we're on quite low HP. This is Gohan's first turn. Because I think what I really want to do is have this rotation, and then have these guys on rotation with the other Trunks, right? So, also with the other Trunks, with Trunks. So, I think what I can do here to protect myself from the AoEs is I'm just going to do this, and then I'm going to use the second Orange Piccolo transformation in the second phase, right? Because not only does this get rid of the possibility of him super attacking, but it also removes the AoE attack as well. So then it means, like, for example, because I want to float off Goku and Vegeta, it means it doesn't really matter too much that I'm putting them in slot 3, where they're going to be a little bit weaker defensively, because he's not going to be AoEing, right? So we should be all good. Shout out to Lazarus in the chat. Remember to hydrate, everyone. But yeah, so there's the super, which means we are now perfectly safe for the turn where we come out of the giant form, because no super, no AoE. We're not going to do any damage unless we crit on these, right? Well, it's funny how we always used to meme before we had any good giant form characters. It was kind of funny because the big meme was like, yeah, you get a couple of turns of where you don't take damage, but you don't do any damage. And now it's kind of, in this instance, it's like literally true. If we're not getting crits, we're just doing no damage at all. But there you go. Coming in clutch with the crits, Piccolo. That's what we like to see. Yeah, imagine it was 3 million or less. That would be crazy. Also, I love the fact that Piccolo gets so much extra ki. Makes it nice and easy to hit these supers, even with bad orbs. Like in slot 1, we got 2 orbs and we still got a super attack. I know, I love the fact that part of the attack is the big like column thing, because it's like, how many of those are there in that play? Oh, that an additional normal crit still did 0. Very interesting seeing the gold crit like font and it says 0. Damn. Well, the good thing about this, of course, is it means after we come out of this, we can put Piccolo in slot 1, and he's going to end up, I don't know if he was already from the attacks in slot 1, but he's going to end up fully built up here. Or should I put Gohan in slot 1 and give him the chance to get some attacks? Because we kind of want him built up for the last phase, I guess. I could put Piccolo in slot 1 and just give him, like, no ki, I suppose. Depends what the orb field is looking like once we come out of the giant form, I guess. Oh, okay. Oh, no. I mean, you know, not taking damage, but we are basically just playing the crit roulette wheel here to make sure we, to even be able to do the minimum amount of damage. Yeah, Orange Piccolo, so mid, doing 0 damage. Outrageous. Gamma 1. Oh, can he nullify the super from Zamasu? Because I know some of the Zamasus have the weird, like, other... I don't know if it's just, like, the Energy Blade one. But yeah, if he can negate the super in the physical phase, that would be good. Because that's the thing, Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 to an extent as well, like, have started to age a bit defensively with some of these newer stages. But for this one, getting to the final phase, he obviously has type advantage. And then he does have the super attack counter as well. So that is definitely very useful for this stage in particular. Can we get some crits? Yeah, there we go, there's one. Slowly but surely chipping away at this man's HP, and this is only the first Orange Piccolo in phase 1. Unfortunately, the one in phase 2 I think doesn't have the minimum damage thing. Plus, we won't have type disadvantage, so hopefully Orange Piccolo will still be doing damage even if we are just getting normal attacks. But all right, so. If I do that, will that drop that rainbow down? No, but it drops the physical one down, so that's good enough. So yeah, that means now he won't actually do any supers. We can grab some same type orbs here, get a bit of healing. He's going to take double-digit damage, yeah, because he's still got guard. Now he's fully built up. Crit normal, 0. But yeah, as you can see, thanks to the giant form, he can't do anything. No AoE, no super. And now Gohan can come in and get, hopefully, at least 2 supers here for building up his passive ready for the final phase. Of course. And of course, he actually does crit normal, so he kills him. Couldn't have done like a non-crit and then potentially got the hidden potential additional. But it is what it is, I guess. Alright, so I could just start off by doing this straight away, which would be helpful because you have your damage reduction, but if you get supered here, that would be unfortunate. So we might as well just go into this straight away. Orb field, not particularly great, but you know, what can you do? Oh god, yeah, twice in a row. Yikes. Yikes! Yeah, come on. Come on then. Use super attack orange Piccolo. This is going to do over 2 million because, yep. It's always funny seeing the big numbers with the giant forms because obviously they technically don't have any defense. So the enemy basically does their full, like, raw super attack damage. So there you go. Before factoring in your unit's defenses and all that stuff. I mean, I think they do have some defense, but it's just like the bare minimum because they don't have any percentage in their passive or anything, right? Like, you know how units will have 180% attack and defense start of turn or something like that. The giants obviously have 0. So yeah, the physical Zamasu super attack does over 2 million damage before you start factoring in your unit's defense and stuff, which is kind of crazy. Man hits like an absolute freight train. But yeah, he's already supered now, so this, again, the giant form serves its purpose, even if we don't end up doing crazy amounts of damage. It means we are protected in the turn where we come out of it, because we're on low enough HP that MVP 17 will have his extra damage reduction and defensive support. So because the turn will be limited to Zamasu only being able to do normal attacks, then obviously MVP 17 will be perfectly fine to tank those in the 3rd slot. The only worry on that turn, if we hadn't used the orange form, would be if he'd super attacked 17 at the end, because this Piccolo still has his guard in his non-transformed state, so he would have been fine to tank a super even in slot 1, because I think this other one is pretty decently built up already as well. Plus he's getting all the extra defense from the MVP 17 support, so... And of course, so yeah, on this turn there is no extra attack, but either way, works out well for us. We get the 2 extra key from Piccolo getting hit, so, well, I can get 3 key for MVP 17 anyway, so that's all good. And then we should, because we're below the HP threshold, were the blue boys on turn 1? They were, weren't they? Right, so we should be able to fuse into Vegito next turn. And because our HP is at... Are we... Oh, we're not... I can't really see the bar. I think we are just at or below 50%. So we should be able to fuse into Vegito and use the active skill immediately on this next turn as well, which will be very good. So... Plus, I think... Will we have Gamma 1 on the next rotation as well? So... We have the extra bit of support. Trunks going off here as well with the super attacks. You love to see it. Everyone just took double-digit damage from everything. Physical Super Vegito. I mean, physical Super Vegito can still be good in difficult events as long as he's not getting hit with a super, right? Because he's actually good at tanking the normal attacks, right? Oh, this is going to be a bit of a sketchy turn, I think. Because this Piccolo is fully built up. He has 627k defense, but he does not have guard anymore. This could be a bit scary. I mean, I could do this, right? And then have Gamma 1... potentially counter the super attack. The only problem is he's going to take pretty reasonable damage from even like the normals in slot 1 here. And Gohan's not really built up, so I don't really want to use the special beam cannon. I mean, I'll use Pan and Gamma too. Oof. Yeah, the AoEs in slot 1 are definitely the issue. I mean, it's definitely possible with no Trunks, right? I mean, at the end of the day, as we've discussed many times before, you don't have to do these missions with no items. So, if you're missing any of the better units on the team, just kind of supplement that with the item usage. I mean, I guess technically Gohan does still have guard on this turn, but his defense is just quite low at the very start. So, I'm going to pop a Whis here, go ahead and do this. And then we should be good here. I mean, I don't know how much this is going to do, though. I mean, Piccolo has very high defense, and then 40% damage reduction from the Whis on top of his, 288k. That is still a lot of damage. Because we are now very, very low on HP, but the Whis should guarantee that we survive here. Because like I say, Trunks, Gohan still has guard, Gamma 1 has type advantage, and obviously is pretty good defensively as well. Yeah, because Piccolo has his own damage reduction as well. So, oh, Gohan. Least Gohan with his classic turn of getting a super and 2 additional normals. You hate to see it. To be fair as well, Gamma 1 busting out a 7.3 million attack when he's got very few links active on this turn is definitely pretty good. Alright, well, you know what time it is? Oh, there's so many... Oh, no! I mean, it's actually good, but we got the full heal from the Piccolo passive, which means we now can't transform into Vegito Blue. Wow. Well. Sword of Hope time. Does he have to pick... He has to pick up a certain amount of orbs, doesn't he, to do something? Yeah, 5. So we're going to have to get the blues for him then. Wow, Piccolo, being the absolute god that he is, stopped us from being able to fuse. Unfortunate, but, you know, it is kind of funny. Plus, Piccolo now is basically immortal. Especially because we still have a Whis active this turn. So, Trunks now has guard... 90% damage reduction because he has 50 on the first turn that you go into the Sword of Hope, and we have a Whis active. So yeah, he has guard and 90% damage reduction. So yeah, he's looking pretty good here. 12 million attack with no support on the rotation, by the way. And my Trunks has 1 dupe, so like this guy absolutely can go crazy in the right scenarios, right? Yeah, here he is just getting all the super attacks. And then, yeah, Vegeta and Vegeta and Goku are safe in the middle where there's no attacks. So, will we win this turn? Let's see. How much health does he have left? Probably not, no. Especially as we did not get the full suite of additional supers. Just got the additional normal. These guys haven't had a huge amount of chances to attack during the event, so they've not really been built up at all. So funny that the Piccolo passive heal, which is very rare to get, absolutely screwed us out of the Vegito transformation. Yeah, Piccolo now has what? Does he have 100% damage reduction now that he gets the extra from that last part of his passive triggering? So... Oh, look at this. Can we get that beautiful KO screen? I'm pretty sure we can. One of the best animations in the game right here. Although he didn't do many supers that last turn, did he? So he's still nowhere near being fully built up. But... imagine if this doesn't kill. He's got like half a health bar left.
Special beam cannon!
Oh my god. That's so bad. You know, the worst thing is now as well is if he super attacks in slot 1, we actually die. And it would be all because of Gohan. So, I mean, I've already used one item. I might as well use the next one. But look at that. Least Gohan at it again. And that's all because in both the turns that he was on the rotation, he didn't do any additional super attacks. He just did the typical 1 super and then additional normal from his passive, even though we got 20 ki. So, Gohan's design continuing to be bad. Like, he can be a good unit, but people, like... There are certain people that massively overrate how good he is because of, like, APT and stuff like that. And it's like, you got to take into account... People don't take into account these average situations. Like, I see people coping, being like, oh, percentage-wise, you'll get the additional super at 20 ki, like, more times than you won't. It's like, well... In this run, he was on rotation twice and didn't get an additional super a single time. Yeah, certain people, you know who, but I don't like being mean. I'm not going to call out people in the video, right? That seems kind of mean. But, yeah. Least Gohan again. But there you go. There's the superheroes mission for the Dismal Future Fusion Zamasu stage. Couple of different ways you can build the team. I thought we'd try not to use too many of the units that we used in different videos before. But yeah, there you go. That is the last mission for the Red Zone completed. Hopefully they'll add some more. It's always good when they add more missions to these things. They should continue to add category missions every time new units come out, but we'll have to see if that is the case. So let me know down below in the comment section which team you used to beat the superheroes mission. Hopefully you managed to get them done. Limited attempts, you know, not the best, but there you go. So if there's any units you guys want to see me take into these events now that we finished the missions, let me know down below in the comments section. And yeah, I hope you guys managed to get these done yourself. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.